did you start shaping?
I guess 73 or early 70s. I consider doing it professionally in I guess 75 or 76.
Where'd you get your start?
Geographically, here in Pensacola, I started fooling around with it.
And who was your mentor? Did you have one, or did you just start messing?
Well, I had a lot of heroes. Brian Waters with Islander was the first real hands-on. Of course, you know, it wasn't long. I went to Hawaii and got myself into every shaping room I could that let me in out there. Ed Angulo let me watch him, and I learned a lot from him. Steve Walden, of course, Bill Barnfield. Those are probably the most influential.
Standout personalities? How'd you like working with Bill?
He's a great guy. You know, I don't remember him that much, but learned a lot about shaping boards for pipeline and stuff from Bill. He was kind of the pipe guy at the time. Lightning Bolt was still the big label over there, and the Aussies guys and stuff coming over every winter. They were getting their boards from Barnfield and Steve Parrish, Mike Parrish, God, I forget his first name. And those, we were still getting the big Japanese contracts for that was real big. That was what Walden was after. And we'd get orders for 300 to 500 surfboards at a time. And that was pretty cool.
What about the Spectrum years when you moved and you were head shaper down there at Spectrum for a while?
Well, and I came back from Hawaii. I kicked around Pensacola. This was 81 or so with Beezer Turner, and did a couple of the labels, but all the major manufacturers for the eastern U.S. were down in Brevard County. So it was inevitable that I was doing too much partying and stuff up here and not enough surfboard building. And between the Good Surf and all the big manufacturers, I knew that's where I needed to go. So I went down there and got on with Mike Tabling, shaping. I took over Dickie Munson's. Richard Munson was shaping for Tabling at the time. They had a falling out, and I took over for Dickie Munson, and I guess did that for a year or so. And I had met Craig Bobbitt of Spectrum when I first moved down there. Our paths crossed somehow. But I hooked up with Tabling and did that for about a year or so, and then Mike wanted to move to South Africa, he and his wife Alice. Long story short, I bought out Mike Tabling and I ran Creative Shaping Company there for a while, and had, you know, an instant big surfboard factory with 7 employees, and we were doing, I guess, 50 to 70 boards a week or so, and Mike would run them up the East Coast. I'd sell them to Mike, and we had an arrangement made. And all this time, Craig was building up Spectrum, and all this time I was enjoying less and less running the business, and couldn't I just wanted to get back in the shaping room. So Craig and I, over a shrimp lunch one day, struck up a deal, and the rest is history. Mm-hmm. And part of the selling price to Craig was that I be in charge of the shaping and all the, you know, for the company. And eventually we had 4 shapers.